Right, I'm not going anywhere, hon. I'm not going anywhere, baby. I'm not going anywhere, hon. Good girl. Wasted. Party all night long. I'm gonna take Daisy partying, laughing. Midnight at the Oasis, Daisy. Good girl. Good girl. Hey Brenda, how you doing? Yeah, I feel bad for Maddie. It's too bad. You know, it's rough circumstances. I mean, if you went down there now with a new car and hey John, and $1 million and promised her an apartment and a job, I don't think she'd take you up on it. You know, the truth of the matter is that there's some success stories that come around, but if these people don't want to leave, there's not much you're going to do about it. She's a consenting adult. And it's what are you going to do? Only way you could get her out of there if she was underage. It's really unfortunate. Hey, Simple Life, how are you? Hey, Supernova. I mean, she's a pretty girl, but look, let's face it now. You know, looks influence viewers so heavily. Hey, Jarrett. Yeah. And, you know, women and men are attracted to Maddie. She's a blue-eyed blonde they'd like to save. Yeah, Jag, girl, you're right. And it's just, I don't know whether, I'm trying to figure this out, you know, where attractiveness gets instilled in everybody's brains. But, you know, the airlines had figured it out one time until a bunch of lawsuits. Now, stewardesses, flight attendants now aren't anything like they were in the 50s and 60s, and that's probably good. In other words, does every woman need to be a bathing beauty to be a flight attendant? I guess not, because that's not the way it is any longer. And you'll see other places where discrimination isn't at the level as it used to be. But it's still instilled in everyone's mind. Maddie is attractive to women just as she is to men. And it's very apparent. Everybody wants to save Maddie. It's too bad for Maddie. And I mean, I've been doing this long enough to where, honestly, I feel the same way for everyone. People think that I show some favoritism to Rebecca, but it's just talking shit and having fun. There's nothing between me and any of these women. I commented on. Oh yeah, like well, Simple Life, you shouldn't let them influence what kind of comments you want to leave. Hey, so Tweety, give me an example of what you mean by that. What happened? An example of a comment you left and what they said. You let me know about that, and I'll make sure that that's not going to happen anymore. I won't allow them to be on here. Yeah, but you know, human behavior is just so predictable. Hey Terry, how you doing? How's it going? It's just, I guess I just feel that it's you know, it shouldn't be that way, but it is. I mean, it sucks that there's nothing you can do. I want my $80 back for that ad revenue. Yeah, no problem. You just wait by the mailbox. I mean, I've had it monetized forever. It's just, it's limited to not suitable for most advertisers, which is, you know, hard to get a straight answer about that. You know what I mean? I don't know, what that means, because it's not like you can have a window right next to the dollar amount and compare apples to apples. It's always apples to oranges. Yeah, no, I didn't go west. I'm going to close on that property in about a week. I got one left, and I don't want anything to go wrong. I don't want to pile up my van out in North Dakota and have the nightmare of getting back. So I'm going to actually, my common sense prevailed this time. I got some things I still need to move out of there, and there's a guy that bought a lat machine from me that I'm going to deliver it to him Saturday, and just finishing up some things that I think that should take precedent over screwing around out North and South Dakota. I can go anytime, really. If I wait another month, I'll put on my winter tires and go through the top across the Canadian side, where I'll be on the north lip of Superior and cut down. I've never done that before. And ought to be winter by then, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, are they really, Jared? Huh. Yeah, the original Tassie videos, they're under the playlist. I made them public again. Just the other day, I talked to her and she said, go ahead, you might as well. Hey, Arlene, how you doing? Arlene, what type of work do you do? Yeah, I don't need to change. 2 feet, wow. No kidding, in Denver? Wow. That's a lot of snow. It's kind of cool. I don't know if you've ever been out in the Dakotas where they've gotten bombed with a big snowstorm and they shut down the east-west highways. It's really kind of cool. Yeah, it is Arlene that sent the care packages. Yeah, she did. No kidding, that kind of drop in temperature. What did it get down to? Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Cool. The sun probably comes out and will melt it all. Yeah, that was, I know the deal on Maddie, but I don't think it's anything that needs to be discussed. It's a done deal. It doesn't matter. I can tell you it wasn't Gerald, and that's about all I'm going to say about it. Oh, you don't appreciate your 1/24th of a penny per view? Well, that's too bad. Yeah, that was really nice of you, Arlen. Thanks. Yeah, it could have been something like that. I mean, I'm not really sure. You never really get the straight scoop. It's all third hand. What we know is that Manny got knocked around, and it's unfortunate. And it's water over the dam. I'm not going to keep rehashing it on here. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're right. That could have been it. I'm not sure. Yeah, Simmelinda's story is right. There's an That's the thing about it, is there is an answer, but you don't know for which ones, and you don't know when. You've got everything working against you: timing, circumstances, opportunities on the other end. Is I've said over and over and over again, if you don't have a support system out of rehab, you might as well skip rehab. These people need a job, get back on their feet, a car, transportation, a decent job. It takes money to do all that. Money for an apartment, security deposit. I mean, the change is gargantuan. It's huge. It's not just like, changing a girlfriend or a boyfriend or changing jobs. It's 100 times more difficult. Plus, you got the problems of getting away from a drug like heroin, which is physiological as well as mental. I mean, it's the double whammy. How's the buses? Yeah, it's just, you know, God. Yeah, heroin's an absolute, by far, the worst. Who's Pam? What happened to her? Yeah, it's hard. You got to get away from the area. You cannot be around there. You know, in one of these books that I'm reading, it's true. There's a comfort level of camaraderie where everybody's in the same boat. If you're a heroin addict, you've been selling yourself for a year, would you want to hang around with uh, other heroin addicts or CPAs, physicians, and airline pilots? I mean, you know, birds of a feather. And when you're out trying to fit into the working class, it's a rude awakening, and it isn't all positive. And it's a lot of diligence and discipline. Plus, your body's fighting it, and so is your mind. Yeah, they have healthcare services. Yeah, they all that I know of got on Medicaid and get their bills paid for. And if you don't have anything, it doesn't matter if you don't have insurance. They have to treat you. So did this Pam get kicked off YouTube? Yeah, that's true. That's true about heroin. Yeah, you crave it for the rest of your life. From what I've read, at least 10 years. Yeah, Chelsea, I'm glad for you. You know how hard it is. God. And you know, for a lot of these people, if you're a girl now, take out of the equation liking it or not. Once you're away from those people, I mean, they didn't cause you to be down there, but you're still friends with them. And in a weird way, you miss them. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. And she would actually have that keep her from doing streams again. That's too bad. I think heroin's like you can read about the feeling of heroin. It's like the best dream you've ever had, and they refer to it in some of the books that I've read is you return to your mother's womb. It's that kind of comfort, and even though it's not spelled out, you get the gist of it. Oh, no kidding! Wow. Yeah, the people. Some people nod, some people don't. I had a video up, girls shooting heroin, and YouTube took it down. Yeah, that's how they describe it. The mother's womb, the comfort of a mother's womb, which, you know, you can just imagine through poems or reading or the mother and child bond that it's got to be like great. Oh, good for you. Yeah, that wouldn't work out, would it? Yeah, well, I think that probably going to get rid of a few of these people. I just don't see them fitting in. Yeah, that's what they claim. Yeah, well, sorry about you being moved to tears. I mean, I don't run into meth in Detroit. Nobody ever mentions it. Nobody ever says they've had it recently. It's really weird because I know it's in other cities that aren't that far from Detroit. I think it varies. I mean, you know, I know from what I can tell, it's a good 20-minute high. Fentanyl, yeah, it's coming in from China, going through Mexico, getting brought up through Canada. Now, mind you, that's the fake fentanyl. It's not the legitimate fentanyl. Yeah, simple life. You know, it's hard to say, you know, how certain situations can, uh, you know, trigger emotions. Yeah, these notifications, they're iffy on these lives. You never know. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Yeah, worries and concerns disappear. Yep. Yeah, I don't think that'd be an occupational therapist. Oh, interesting. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, if you're hooked on it. These people go through the winter like it's nothing. I thought the same thing, but they'll be out there in January and February when it's 10 below and blowing like hell. You couldn't have had a worse winter than last winter. 63. Yeah, seriously, man. It's almost as if something ramps up when you're in that situation. If you took a healthy person that's ate regularly and was in good shape, and you stuck them out in those conditions, they'd probably die that night. But people like Marguerite and Maddie, Gerald, it's almost like they go into a hibernation. Plus, the reality of it is they're not sleeping that often. Yeah, I know, Melissa. You and a million other people. No, it's it's impressive how they do it. Now there are nights where they'll get people to, people let them stay in their house, or they'll sleep in a car that's running or something like that. I never wanted any kids. No, never had any, Giselle. No, I never wanted to be wrapped in that tight. Yeah, my wife's an occupational therapist actually with a master's degree. And I don't know of anyone in Florida or Michigan doing anything other than hand therapy, the upper modalities, waist and above. She specializes in crush injuries with the hand. Eastern Michigan University. Say, that's where I met her. Yeah, Daisy is a baby. You got that right. Well, that's too bad that lady doesn't want to stream anymore. It seems like it, yeah. Oh, really? A power outage? From what? Do you know? Oh wow. Yeah, having your power out. That was a problem when I first moved up here, but it's gotten a lot better. Yeah, she's actually has a couple splints that are patented. That's all she does now is splints. She's been doing it for like 35 years. My degree is in criminal justice, a joke. 5 days, man, that sucks. What's the temperature out there where you're at? No, Maddie has no intentions at all of getting out of there. Right now, no. I don't think Maddie will be around by January 1st, if you want my honest opinion. Oh, that's good weather. At least you're not dependent on air conditioning. I love storms, man. We just didn't really get that many this summer. Yeah, food spoil. That sucks. Generators are getting more and more affordable. I don't know how often that happens to you out there, but you might want to look into it. Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, yeah. Let me tell you another thing too. Uh, when people are beat down and your body's worn out and you're not having periods because you're on heroin and you're getting smacked around for disagreements, you've left your kids, you've left your husband, you haven't worked in years, you sleep in an abandoned house. It's you tend to be nice because there's no fight left in you. You kind of take what's thrown out at you. You're just out there breathing. You're not in exactly the greatest frame of mind, and the last thing you want to do is argue. You're spent. There's nothing left in the gas tank. Hey, Tiffany, how are you? I don't think they do, Tiffany. I really don't. I mean, let me tell you, it's the best I can tell when I talk to them. I think, first of all, I'm bringing them gifts and money. It's easy to like somebody that does that. I think they think I'm an okay guy, but that's my opinion. Just because I ask them about it and they say something nice doesn't mean it's particularly accurate. It's really hard to say. Yeah, in a way, Terry, you're right. I would agree with that. Yeah. Hey, 2076, how are you? Alan, yeah, I haven't heard that about that in a long time. Well, it could be a lot of things. Well, a lot of the women you'll notice are very skinny at the end of the summer. That's from being out all day long and walking around. She, if it works like it usually does, she should put on weight this winter. Oh, well, thank you, High Priestess. Hey, Free Spirit. Yeah, but look, if you look at Rebecca, look at Maddie. I mean, they're thin as rails. Yeah, that's like a light that's in every yard in front of a condo. Yeah, you're right. Sun bleach. You're right. Marguerite was a beautiful woman when she was younger. Never brought up, Tiffany. No. I'll tell you, Cricket, I talked to her quite a bit off camera, and she reminded me as just like a high school kid that was having a good day. I will tell you this, though. I don't know if you caught this on an earlier chat, but Cricket comes from a suburb of Lake Orion, and it's kind of middle class, but a decent area, decent schools. People from high school that went to high school with Cricket have made comments in her under her videos before. Well, long story short, I'm guilty of it too. I kind of assumed that maybe Cricket could have been the black sheep in the family and had a falling out with her family and took off, and they want her back. But to be honest with you, I listened to her talk to her mother on the phone. I let her use my phone, and it wasn't at all like you would think it would be when a mother and daughter. I mean, I got an idea that Cricket came from a terrifically dysfunctional family, and it isn't at all like sweet mother, Mrs. Sweet Daughter. I got an idea there was a lot of conflict, and she's got 7 or 8 brothers and sisters. Yeah, I did post a Cricket video. Yep. No, you don't know what's going to happen, Monica. That's the truth. Yeah, it is sad. Yes, Cricket is Hispanic. As I've said before, there are certain instances where I'll be talking to people down there, and I really get a twinge in my heart. Like I feel just like sick with sadness for like a millisecond, and then I get myself back together. And that kind of happened when I was talking to Cricket. She's got these little girl hands and nice skin, and just how can you be that young and that age and in those circumstances? Oh, is that right, Superwoman? Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of how the conversation she had with her mother seemed. No, there was a money dispute. Evidently the money, her mother is her guardian in some sense, and they were arguing about some money. Yeah, thanks, Monica. I don't really claim to do anything, to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm not trying to evade the question when people ask me, what's my motive? I really never had one, to tell you the truth. I still don't. And people say, well, what have you done for them? Yeah, good question. Not much. I agree. But I did feel very bad about when Angel died. I found out she died. I had some problems of my own, and Penny died. And it's like, God damn it. Just depressing. It's possible, Miss Wells, yeah. I mean, I don't know about when Angel died, but when I had first met her, and the same with Penny, they were, or not Penny, but the hell was her name? Wendy. They were on Social Security disability because people get pissed that they said that. Yeah, Penny is a sweet girl. Her daughter posts from time to time. Yeah, it's not really much work though, Jared. I mean, I'd be down there anyway doing photography. The women was kind of like an afterthought. So it's not like I'm making special trips and stuff and spending. I do spend money on gas in a hotel and all that kind of stuff. But I was driving around doing all that kind of stuff for years, minus the interviews. Oh, sorry about that, Monica. I mean, I think I've done a little for them, not a lot. I don't really have any success stories, nothing great. I mean, my best, Wendy, there's a video of her under playlists. She was one of my first interviews. Yeah, it's true. Oh, I was just sticking around Rocket Sink. They call me the enabler. I enabled drug addicts. And I will say, and I've never denied this, that I know that some of the money and sometimes all of the money goes for drugs. But if you listen to Calvin Murray, who's an expert, they're going to get drugs whether I'm down there or whether I'm not. And you can try food cards, Hormel chili, sweaters, coats, socks, gloves, mittens, and they'll trade all that shit for dope money. So all as I can do is wish the best for them, hope that it pays some of their bills. And honestly, and this is why I thank God that I'm not some kind of substance abuse counselor or have wasted my time with a degree in social work, like a master's degree. And that's because I couldn't do any of this shit. I'd get my license taken away. It's like you're down there talking to these women and you're giving them cash and they're doing drugs. Yep, uh-huh. It happens, that's me. But if I was a social worker, I couldn't do that. And I'm not saying it's something to brag about, but I don't give them money with strings attached. And these social workers are just so out there, it's ridiculous. So, in the most terrible way you could think, that is my hillbilly logic. And I sit back and I think to myself, it is one less night or nights or trick that they're going to have to do to get into a car with a complete stranger. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. It really is. And I don't have anything else to hang my hat on but that. Woman that stopped me the other day, that's Amanda. Oh, yeah, the woman, yeah, it's two girls. Actually, it's interesting, the Simple Life. They work for the Salvation Army, but they're not in the branch of the Salvation Army that works with the women. They only know them through my videos, and they go to work and see them walking the streets. Hey, Robin, how are you? Seriously, Andre, I mean, it's terrible logic. I could never be a legit counselor, but I'm glad I'm not because I'd have to leave. Superwoman is our in-house librarian. She has all the data, memory like a steel trap. She's always reminding me of stuff that I repeat incorrectly. So I appreciate her service. Hey, Tasha. I would love to interview guys, but as you guys can understand, they're not particularly interested in interview. I tried when I talked to that pretty girl at the end, the last interview the other day, was it Amanda? I thought the deal was going to be that I was going to be able to interview her boyfriend, but when I got there, he didn't want to do it. Let me tell you guys, think of this and keep this in your mind. Let me tell you how how addictive heroin is, and this will just ring home. And the men will understand this, the women will, but it'll really ring home with the men. You and your girlfriend are hooked on heroin, okay? And you will drive your girlfriend down to Detroit and sit in the truck stop parking lot while she goes out and fucks and sucks for 4 or 5 hours to make enough money to supply her heroin habit and yours. And when you get up the next day, you go out and you do it all over again. It happens all the time. Husbands and wives, boyfriends and girlfriends. I'm telling you, man, like Calvin Murray says, the heroin takes precedent over everything. These guys that are in these relationships with these women will sit there and watch them get into the cars of strangers on a dark entrance ramp to a major expressway at 3 a.m. and hoping they're going to get back, number one, so they can have their money for heroin, and number two, because they care for them. And don't you shit yourself. These women are the golden egg for the men that are codependent on heroin. It's a mind blower, man. Here's something even crazier than that. You would think that when you're down there that, the guy has got to compartmentalize his feelings towards the women. He's just using her or whatever. I have watched attractive women get into cars with strangers. God knows what they do. They come back 20 minutes later, and I've seen the boyfriend or the husband hug them and hold them and let them put their head on their shoulder. You wouldn't think this is possible. I've watched it. I mean, you have got to be able to turn on and off your emotions like a switch. Army bitch, the girl that posts on here sometimes, she was in a loving relationship with her boyfriend when she was working the streets down in Michigan Avenue, and they're still together, and they're both clean. I don't think I could scale that kind of mountain. I just don't think I could. Yeah, man. I mean, this is nuts. I told you, sometimes when I'm sitting there and I'm talking to these people, that's why you'll notice sometimes I ask their name twice or where they work or some shit. That's because when I've got the camera rolling and I'm looking through the viewfinder to make sure that it's recording and that at least I got their face in the middle of it, I'm like drifting off into like mind-blowing numbness thinking, I can't believe this shit. This is like something that I should have had to get on an airplane and fly 3,500 miles to, get off and go experience this shit, and it's in my own backyard. This is 5 minutes from expensive restaurants, $2 million condos. Yeah, look at this guy. Look at this guy saying, this Charm City. There you go, right from the horse's mouth. Yeah, Army bitch is a badass. The craziest thing I've heard, I'm telling you, man, it's all crazy. I mean, one thing can't really outdo another. I mean, I am sitting there numb, interviewing these people sometimes. Let me think of this. What can I say that's just crazy? I'll tell you, crazy in a different way. I mean, I have really realized how ignorant I can be sometimes on people that I didn't want to interview. And I'll think, I don't want to interview, And then I end up interviewing, and it's one of the best interviews I've ever had. Now, you would think that in order to be impressed by an interview, it'd need to be a murder or a mind-blowing or a shooting or a rape or a kidnapping. You kind of think along those lines, something really titillating that you see on a crime channel. I would think one of the most remarkable interviews and information that I ever got, believe it or not, was from Rita and from Calvin. I mean, I'm so lucky to have had that insight from those two, particularly Rita. Here's a very nice woman. Her daughter's lover, her son-in-law was out there begging her to come home. And Rita so eloquently spelled out why she's there, and more importantly, why she wants to stay there. And you know what? When Rita explained it to me, when Maddie explains it to me, I think to myself, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a young, pretty girl that's on heroin, and that's why you're here. When Rita explains the same story as Maddie did, it makes sense, and I agree with her. And I think all the people that are wanting her back don't know what they're talking about. So it all depends on how it gets delivered to you. An older, knowledgeable, tactful, well-spoken woman seemed to make the light bulb turn on when the pretty blue-eyed blonde that left 2 kids and a husband doesn't know what she's talking about. And it's the same exact scenario. Arlene, you may be right about that. Gerald is giving something to Maddie that she needs. Oh, yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, well, I can tell you right now, and I don't want to it's the chat isn't about, talking about everybody's misgivings, but I can tell you with regard to Marguerite's kids, I know at least one daughter that will take a baseball bat and bash her head in if she ever sees her. And she doesn't want things to change. There's another daughter that lives in Detroit that it's kind of like on again, off again. But Marguerite did a lot of terrible shit when these kids were young. You guys have met her as an old lady that's been down the road that likes to read books. It's a different relationship. She didn't raise you. You met her at a different stage in life. It's easy for you to be friends with Marguerite and want to send her sweaters and boots and mittens and books. When she didn't come home for 2 and 3 weeks, when you were a young child and you were taken off to a damn foster care because you weren't getting fed or you had no place to sleep and your clothes were dirty, you'd think of Marguerite much differently. So it's a different relationship. You're lucky. You've met Marguerite when you didn't need anything from her and you didn't need to depend on her and you weren't counting on her to foster and raise you. Yeah, I just help them as little as I could, take them if they need a ride or get them booked into rehab. But I'm still learning on this because, like I've said before, you've got all these hospitals, you've got University of Michigan's think tank right down the street, the University of Windsor across the street, and this shit's worse than it's ever been. So why in the hell would I feel good about taking someone to a system that I already know's failed them? I'm trying to figure this stuff out. That's right, Kelly. That's exactly right. It's worse than that, but I'm not going to it's not my role here to go into everybody's family history. Hey, cable trucking. 2 sides to every story. That's exactly it. I never saw the lady from Vietnam again. Never. That was a one-shot deal. Weird. I've never seen Wendy again. I haven't seen Nicole again. Yeah, they use my phone all the time. I don't care. Yeah, you've got viewers, that have careers and children and spouses and jobs and books and nice bedrooms and nice vehicles and 3 meals a day and they take vacations. You people are light years away from the people you see on this channel. Hey, Sylvia, how you doing? You better believe it, clouds judgment. Yeah, Monica, that's it. I'm not mad at Gerald. I just, get tired of listening to this stuff that people tell him and he asks me about. I get so tired of answering these stupid questions. Before me, how many people went down there and paid them for their interview? None. You know how many people go down there and do it when I leave? None. And now I'm the enabling guy that's making $10 million a day listening to their story. It just gets old. The next time, if Gerald would if Gerald was here right now, I would have a hard time not choking him. Yeah, that's exactly it. And I'm not saying that's why I say I'm not taking credit for doing anything good, but I'm not doing anything bad either. God. Yeah, well, just keep that in mind. Remember Marguerite is how you know her. A tough old drug addicted ex street worker that's on the outs with her children that likes to read. As long as you keep it in that box, you're going to be fine. I talked to him about that, Gerald. I talked to him about it. I tried to explain it to him. I go through the same conversations with Kelly. It's almost like it's a waste of time trying to rationalize and talk to these people. It's just like talking to a fucking minor bird. It's starting to piss me off. God. I mean, it's bad enough going down there and listen to this and I don't expect anything of it, but when they think I'm ripping them off, that starts to get to me. Yeah, that's the way they consent to the interview. That's why if you look on the interviews, I'll say once and sometimes twice, you understand now that I'm uploading this to YouTube, and you okay with that? Yep. Because I guarantee you, who knows what would happen if I didn't ask him that. God damn. I like going down there. No, I enjoy going down there, but I'm not going to have these discussions with these people. I'm just not going to interview them anymore. That's all. And you're going to wonder why. That's why. There's plenty of people. I'm talking about one or two out of the whole group. That's why I kind of got pissed at Kelly. First of all, when I'm down there, I'm tired. I'm driving my fucking ass off all goddamn day, 12 hours a day, about 200 miles a day. And I I'm not really open to getting criticized when I'm doing what I'm doing to some fucking broad that doesn't know shit from Shinola and's reading some bullshit on fucking Sling Blade or whatever they call it. These people are always looking for controversy, conflict, arguments. Nothing ever works well and smooth and is okay. The fuck, who knows? I mean, I wasn't talking to Kelly for a while just because I just got tired of her bullshit. Everything's a big goddamn think tank of fucking deceit, and she's just checking, and we're down here in the D, and blah, blah, blah. Holy fucking Christ, man. I mean, I just chalk it off to, these people are, on drugs and they don't have them at the time. I don't know. I cut them a hell of a lot more slack than I would with somebody that wasn't on heroin. Yeah, you're damn right. That was another story out there. And let me tell you, you guys don't have any idea how many kooks that I kick off here all the time. Just weird fuckers. You just get a bad vibe from them. You'll get somebody like Arlene comes on or Chelsea, and right away they want to know if they're single or they're. You can always spot these weird, pervert, weirdo guys because they right away, after like 30 seconds of dialogue, start asking stupid questions. That's because in the real world, nobody wants anything to do with them. The only crack at any female interaction they have is through a chat board, and they can't resist making some stupid comment about getting together over 30 seconds. I ban those guys too. I tell them, I don't want you making women feel uncomfortable. I really don't. Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of them. They're not on here any longer. Yeah, I mean, it was, it could have went either way with that guy that pulled up the other day with Rita, and I was able to maintain my cool. But, I'm interviewing a consenting adult in the public street. You're lucky I even talked to him. Oh, I'm an alcoholic. Yeah, sure. She only said that after I finally just could not communicate with her any longer. Isn't that the truth? Welcome to the drug world. Yeah, I don't really know what her problem is. That security guard pissed me off, but I had had a run-in with him the week before, and I was really nice to him. Yeah, I mean, this is just a fun thing. I mean, it doesn't pay anything. It's a fun channel. No, never had anything bad happen, John. I have not. Nope. Good night. Yeah, I get so tired of that guy, man. This guy, he kind of read me the riot act the first time. Yeah, I was just want to get away from it. Superwoman's still here, Sherry's still here. There's no problem. Mark's a moderator. These people have been around just as long as Kat, so figure it out yourself. I just wasn't interested, to be honest with you. Not in any way. I mean, I was nice to her and gave her a camera, and I'm the bad guy now. Which I don't really care. I mean, I don't really care what she thinks. I didn't want to hurt her feelings or anything, but it just got to be just too strange. Yeah, but I mean, you guys, most of the people that are on here that contribute regularly, you can, anybody out there that has any semblance of sanity, you can figure out through a protocol who's interested in you and who isn't. And if they're, you always kind of even double check, you know. But anybody that would be so blind to like that, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? Thanks, Jerry. I mean, the only thing that I did on that whole deal is I kept her from being a moderator any longer. That's it. I mean, if I was a troublemaker, I would show you emails and texts and all sorts of stuff, but I'm not going to do that. I was just glad to like not have her as a moderator anymore. She can go on her way. I hope she does well with her channel. She's got a camera now so she can make better videos. Good luck. Now, I never fooled with Skype. At church, they just couldn't afford to be there any longer. Yeah, she interviewed me. I gave her an interview. I gave her a camera. Yeah, I got a new one and I gave her my old one. No, there's moderators on here right now. But there really doesn't need to be because I'm on here and I don't really need a moderator when I'm on. I don't live in a motel, you idiot. Yeah, Dennis, I can't really blame her for that. That was my idea, and she was the person that eventually blocked him. He emailed me the other day and wanted to come back on, but there was enough stuff going on there that I just didn't think he fit into the chat. So I'll claim that. I can see this V is going to be trouble. Yeah, they get pissed. It's weird. I mean, this is like, something that happened, like it was the eighth grade. Yeah, I'm talking about her. Yep. I mean, if I was asking one of you women out, wanted to get together for dinner or something, I would get it after 4 or 5 attempts to get together, and you always had an excuse. The light bulb would come on. Well, some people, the light bulb never comes on. Good night, Melissa. Yeah, there's no money in this, Giselle, believe me. But I'm fine with it. Oh, I don't doubt it. I mean, that's her only life. It's like something that let me tell you, sexual harassment is when I tell dirty jokes or I talk to you in a manner that you're uncomfortable with. Unless somebody makes a complaint, that's not sexual harassment. She can't show you any video, any text, nothing about where she complained about anything. If she keeps it up, I'll post her crazy emails, but I hope I don't have to. No, Vicky, your comments are showing. I don't know what her deal was. I just didn't want her to be a moderator anymore, and she went nuts. You pretty much, Jarrett. Yeah, it is. That's where a lot of my day goes. Yeah, the banana comment. I mean, that you see, you're smart enough to realize this is something like a 15-year-old girl would do. Yeah, there's something not adding up there, Guar. Yeah, but believe me, I never gave any hint at all that anything was going on other than moderating the channel. Becky probably stays at guys' houses, and you never really know. It wasn't anything that really went wrong. It's just I didn't want her being a moderator any longer. That's it. There's other people that have been moderators that aren't moderators any longer. Like I said, the people that are moderators now that have been on here as long or longer than Kat, and there's no problem at all. No, it's nothing to be scared about down there. No, I only knew her through here for like a couple years. I do think she watched my videos for quite a while before, I made her a moderator. Hey Jay, how you doing? Oh, thanks, Angie. Yeah, I mean, YouTube, you'll realize when you get on there, if I spent a lot of time improving my craft and I did a lot of research and did better editing, I would think, well, yeah, I deserve this. But once that old YouTube algorithm gets rolling, it's nothing I'm doing; it's what they're doing. Yeah, Rebecca. I mean, it's I look at Rebecca the same way that you guys look at Marguerite. Pretty good, hanging in there. Yeah, but Arlene, let me tell you, I think I'm pretty savvy about recognizing that. And when I can see that happening, I think I deserve an Emmy for being upfront and getting across, hey, you know what? I think you're a nice person. You've done a good job moderating. Thank you. But that's about all that's going to happen here. Yeah, I'm glad for you, Charmson. I'm happy for you. You know, the truth is, honestly, you guys, man, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem getting a date, but I'm not interested, to tell you the truth. You know, when I was living in Chicago, and that was for about 13 years, my neighbors thought I was gay because I was like never like dating women, or they want to set me up with their girlfriend. That happens all the time. And up here, there's probably some people that think I'm gay as well because I never want to meet their daughter or their aunt or their sister or some shit like that. I even have it happen at Walmart. Some of the clerks, you know, want to invite me to parties and stuff like that, or maybe some of like Pat, the woman that works at Tim Hortons, and I'm just not interested, to be honest with you. You know, as I've gotten older, it just doesn't. Hey, Katie, it just doesn't really do anything for me. You know, now that was a different story from about 18, and honestly, I think probably only till about 40. Then once I got around 40, it was like, you know what? I'm not really into this shit. I'm really not. You would hate me. Any normal girl would hate me as their boyfriend. It kind of runs in the family. My parents were like that. I've got a sister like that. I'm like that. Hey, Susan, I couldn't have done a better job with trying to do the right thing on that cat thing. I had absolutely zero interest in anything other than her being a moderator. I promise you. You know, and yeah, Robin, that's right. And honestly, there are some young girls out there that like older guys. I run into them from time to time. You know, and I just don't want to fool with it. I really don't. It sounds terrible, but I don't. I've got a neighbor of mine that's in about 4 months going to be divorced, and she's cute. I think she's 40. She's got 3 kids. I love the kids. She's a sweetheart. She was by herself tonight and came over and was talking. And honest to God, man, it's the same kind of thing. I mean, I'm not some big chick magnet or anything, but to be honest with you, I'm not interested. I'm really not. I think it's like something missing in my brain. I mean, I joke about younger girls and stuff, but that's exactly what it is, joking. And you know, you guys make a lot of comments about me keeping it real and stuff like that. Okay, I'll keep it real. I do watch Hamster and Pornhub. And I think before, honestly, if all this porn wasn't out there, I know it sounds terrible. If all these porn channels weren't out there, you know what? I'd probably be dating. That's no shit. I probably would be. So that's one of the big old ringers that you have in society. And you wonder, you know, how it affects a culture. I probably, if there wasn't any all that video out there now, you know, and it sets the bar so high. You can scan through Pornhub and, you know, and a million other channels. You could pay to get on one of them, and you can find exactly what you like. And you know that the chances of getting that in a private relationship and all the bullshit with dating, it's like not a fair comparison. Yeah, fucking Ted Bundy, that son of a bitch blamed porn on killing women. What an asshole. I mean, I wish he'd have said chocolate milk or something. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking when I was really young, you know, I need to get out of this bullshit. That seems like really shallow, and that, you know, what about the other nuances of a relationship? Yeah, I don't want those either. I'd rather have a pet duck. Just throw out a damn piece of bread in the morning and watch it waddle around. Nah, I'm not interested. It'd be a miracle. I'd rank that right up there with Jesus walking on water if I met some woman that I wanted to have a normal relationship. I just don't think it's possible. I mean, it sounds so terrible. I mean, I got a life that I enjoy, just fucking around, sleeping in, staying up late, fucking around with my YouTube, going down, eating out, going to restaurants. I enjoy this life. I mean, it's just kind of got to where I'm doing what I wanted to do all along. And I had a couple, was derailed and got married and tried that, and I just didn't like it. Yeah, it's terrible, man. Like now, as soon as I get this real estate thing knocked out, I'm just going to pack up the old van. Here's another thing too. It's like I don't give a shit about clothes or like nice houses. And I've had all that shit. I've owned my own airplanes. I still have a nice place in Florida where my wife lives. But I don't care about like how I dress or the kind of vehicles I drive. Like my Astro van is an example. I mean, I always joke with people. They're always fucking with me about my Astro van. When am I going to get rid of that Astro van? Is it going to make it to Detroit? Is it going to make it home? That kind of shit. You know, I don't care if it does or it doesn't because I got AAA 200-mile towing. And if it breaks down somewhere where I don't give a shit. But I guarantee you, if I met some woman and she wanted to go out and I picked her up and I pulled up in that Astro van, she would have a fucking heart attack. And that's just one more cog in the wheel of bullshit that I don't want to deal with. Or you know what they'll do? I'll tell you what they'll do. They'll want to say, well, why don't we take my car? And I'll say, take your car. Why? It's like, well, it's newer. I said, I don't care if it's newer or not. I want to take the Astro van. It's like, I don't really feel comfortable riding in that. Yeah, that's how it is, man. So it's just, you know, I can think of so many more reasons not to do it than to do it. First of all, I'm not interested to begin with. Second, they don't want to ride in the Astro van. Thirdly, I want to go dicking around Detroit, getting interviews and doing photography at all hours of the night. And that just does not jive with a girlfriend. It's fucking crazy, man. Like tonight, I'll fuck around till 1, 2 o'clock, dick around the internet, watch Pornhub for 20 minutes, get up around 10, go to Tim Hortons, fuck around there, read my new books that came in the mail, look up some rehab shit, read about heroin, prostitution, drug addiction. Then about 4, I'll take Daisy for a walk. Then I'll go over to Walmart, buy some shit, take Daisy for another walk, come home. So most of the time I go out to eat whatever I want, come home, start it all over again. Damn right, George, I do. That's where it's my life. And that's why, let me tell you, let me give you a perfect example. There's a guy that owns a business in town who's a really good guy. I like his wife, I like him. They're always wanting me to go out with them and bring a date and go. I don't want to do it. I would just like be thinking I was going to the death chamber, just sitting around, bullshit, small talk. I got this fucking broad that I wouldn't bang for $3 million that I don't want to be with to begin with. Now we're talking about all this stupid shit. If night just drags on, I mean, I've done it before. I don't want to do it. But anyway, they want me to go to spend a month with them in Florida. I think I'd shoot myself by the third night. If they told me we're going to have twin cheerleaders there and they're going to come in and massage you every night, do whatever you want, I wouldn't want to do it. It would get me out of my regular routine. I might come down for a day or two, but I don't want to be down there a month. I would go fucking crazy. God. The prostitution book, I got it in my van. I'll give it to you tomorrow. I got it in my briefcase. It's everything about prostitution. It's really interesting. It's a very small book. It's like one I got off eBay, maybe 80 pages. I mean, no shit, man. You guys, see, you guys know more about me than the people that live near me or the people that I run into all the time. Fuck that, man. Just don't want to do it. I mean, some of these women look pretty good, like in their avatars on these uh, YouTube bullshit. This is a swear to God truth, man. I would swear on a stack of Bibles that would go into the cloud deck tomorrow morning. If one of these women got a hold of me and said, "Hey, Tom, I really like your videos. I listen to you interview the girls. I think you're a good guy. Here's a picture of me." And let's say they sent me a picture and it was everything I dreamed of. If they said, "I'm going to give you an airline ticket and I want you to go down to," you're right, Gar. I want you to go down to Detroit Metro Airport. I'm going to fly you out to my mansion in California, and I'm going to have twin beautiful cheerleaders blow you every morning when you get up. I'm going to cook you whatever you want to eat every night. Then we're going to go fly around in my brand new helicopter. And we're going to do that for a month. And I'm going to give you $3,000 a day. You know what? I wouldn't want to do it. That's how fucked up I am. I would not want to do it. I don't even want to like meet these women for a drink or a lunch. Nothing, man. I don't want to do it. Yeah, I mean, they could just spell out the biggest fantasy you've ever had. I wouldn't want to do it. No, I'm telling you, people can't figure out why I don't want to date and that kind of thing. Well, that's why. There is nothing that could tempt me to get out of this lifestyle. No way. I like it just the way it is. Yeah, I think it comes with like getting older, I guess. But to be honest with you, I've been this way for a long time. I'll bet, 25 years. Yeah, it's probably it. But, I think I was halfway there in my 20s, to be honest with you. It just wasn't like, my calling, I guess you could say. No, I mean, I got my, like, honestly, my dream lifestyle the way it is. No, I never been burned by women, man. I've had some. If you met my wife, you'd think I was crazy for leaving her. Everybody else does. And I had one girlfriend since then, and I couldn't wait to get rid of her. Yeah, see, Georgia, you figured it out. Yeah, just couldn't do it, man. I just could not do it. And I still talk to my wife probably once a month. She lives with her boyfriend. That's when you know it's over. When she lives with her boyfriend, you're not thinking of ways to go down there and beat his ass. That's when I knew the old camel's back had snapped. 20 years ago, I'd have been down there trying to choke him out in an MMA move. Now I want to give him a big hug. That's exactly it, wandering online. You're right. Yeah, I think I kind of figured it out. I mean, it's not, believe me, it's not, a panacea of joy every day. You got that right. But it could be a hell of a lot worse, you know? I like this like arm's length relationship stuff. Yeah, it's just no way. Yeah, it points outside. To have a chat, you have to have a camera. And I am not going to have a camera facing me for 3 hours. So it's always been facing outside. Yeah, I got it made, I think. I think I got it made. What is a turnoff for me? I'll tell you one thing I don't like, drama. Just constant drama, bullshit, gossip. There's one lady here who I had like maybe a 1% interest in, and every time I'd run into her, she was always talking shit about somebody, and it was always drama, and I thought it was such a huge turnoff. I mean, it doesn't take much for me anyway, but it's just so boring. And honestly, I hardly ever run into any women that I would call intelligent. Just fucking stupid. You want to watch these. If you go over to somebody's house and you just look at the library, the books they read, the way they decorate, what's interesting to them, if a play comes to town, a cultural event, what concert they like, do they like any poetry? I mean, I can figure out pretty much early on, if this is going to fly or not. And it's just, in the really super smart, cultured ones, uh, that's another set of different problems. So I just assume skip it all. No, I don't have any close friends. There's one guy I've kept in touch with for like 38 years, and other people that I've known for like in the 30 years. Uh, but I'm not getting together with them and staying at their house and that kind of shit. No, I got it made right now. I just sold a bunch of shit, and I'm not gonna have to work really. So I'll just be able to fuck around, do YouTube videos, just keep up my life. It's perfect. I look at people, some of these people that are wrapped into these marriages, and I think, oh my God, man, you poor thing. You know, I don't think I could sleep with anybody either anymore. I want Daisy sleeping in the bed. I mean, seriously, really do. Yeah, I think I cried quite a bit when I was depressed. I really thought that was the end of the road for me. I mean, for real. Hey, Lemonhead. And this sounds crazy, but I mean, women get insulted if you're a guy and they find out you're watching a lot of porn and you're not interested in a normal sexual relationship with them. It pisses them off. I don't want to deal with that either because I'd rather watch porn, to tell you the truth. I really would. Oh yeah, man. And honestly, yeah. I mean, I can tell you, I'm reluctant to give. I mean, that seems so shallow and stuff, and so counterintuitive to happiness. And there probably is a good argument for that. But I've realized that I'm not going to set the scale at the top notch for everything. So I'm gonna claim shallow on that one. Yeah, I mean, I know I've heard these lectures before. It's shallow and it's so impersonal and it degrades women and you got serious mental problems. Well, shit, I knew that. I mean, look, if I could flick a switch and I could have a wife that I was just like really into and that's the way I thought, it'd be great, but it's just not happening. Porn is one-sided. That it's not real. That's another problem too, Happy Days. It's not real porn. It's not porn is not real. And that's a real problem. I mean, if you think you're going to have that kind of sex life with the typical girlfriend, I got news for you. She'll be calling 911. You try some of that shit. I mean, in a way it is, but I mean, I think if I had to guess, I had an old Jewish lady tell me one time that horror houses saved more marriages than they broke up. And I think there's an element of truth to that. I think there's an element of truth to that. Good night, Robin. Daisy, shut up. Yeah, I do tell it like it is, man. I mean, what you see is what you get. See, but not everybody liked it. See, now this Wayne Coates guy got pissed tonight. He didn't like that. There's another lady on here that's always fucking with me, Val something about me saying, God damn it. You know, when you say God damn it, it's not literal. It's so stupid, man. I had a lady when I was working out about 6 months ago. She's like in a miserable marriage, old broad, half her ass hanging out of her fucking tights. You know, just fucking nasty. And I don't give a fuck about her anyway. I'm always pleasant to her, but I'm working out and she's always coming over and just telling me this personal shit, which I don't give a fuck about to begin with. Feels like you stuck a goddamn can of fucking bear spray up my ass. I can't wait to get rid of her. And she says to me, she was a classy lady. She said to me, you know, you say God damn it a lot. And, you know, I didn't like her anyway. And I really had to struggle through to listen to her stupid shit. I said, well, what's any of your business? She said, well, that's, you know, you shouldn't use God's. I said, look, you dumb bitch. It's not literal. It's just slang. I'm not really saying God damn it like it's the real God. I'm sorry if I offended you. But if you're so damn dumb that, you know, you think it's literal, I can't help that. How about you just not come up and talk to me anymore, please? Really, I just get tired of hearing this shit. I didn't want to talk to this old bag anyway. I mean, so it actually did me a great favor because now she'll nod and say hi, but I don't need to listen to this bullshit anymore. Yeah, it's figurative. I mean, these people are so stupid. It's like Chosen One. I can always figure out pretty early if someone's got half a brain cell firing or not. They'll say, "Oh, Chosen One," you know. "Oh, Chosen One," you know. You think you're religious? I said, "Hey, you stupid fucker. It's one, WON, like you won a race. You know, it's not ONE, you idiot." God, just get so tired of this stupid bullshit. Like it's religious and it's spelled WON. If I got to spell this out to someone, there's not much going on. Seriously. Yeah, exactly right. It was a joke. If I had it to do all over again, I would have named it something different. But I never thought like people would be looking at what I uploaded because it's a pain in the ass. You know, let's say people, well, do you have a YouTube channel? Yeah. Let me tell you, there's only a couple of my friends that I know that know me that I have a YouTube channel. And you know what? They wouldn't know it, but they recognize my voice on a video getting recommended to them. I'd have never told them. 98% of the people that know me don't know I have a YouTube channel, and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Yeah, people say, well, what's the name of your YouTube channel? I was in a band. I'll give you an example. So Ray gives me $100 and he wants me to hand it out to the girls. Well, you know, on an ATM, most of them, they hand out 20s. I don't need 20s. I need 10s. So I went into this Chase Bank over near Metro Airport, and I go in there, and it's one of these goddamn Chase Banks where it's no tellers. It's this fucking electronic bullshit. And there's a couple of women wandering around just because they don't want to lose every customer they had because you need to be a goddamn rocket scientist to withdraw $100. So I walk in there, and here's this big-titted Asian girl. Looks like a stripper from Miami or something. She says, "Can I help you?" And it's like, yeah, you know, I got this 100. No, I need 5. She said, "We don't have any tellers here." And I said, "You don't have any tellers here?" And I said, "This is a bank?" She said, "Yeah, it's kind of a new concept." So I said, well, she said, "You can deposit that $100 and would get a withdrawal in 20s, in 5s, 20s, 10s, whatever you want." So I thought, oh, okay, you know, so I bullshit. So we're bullshitting the whole time. We're talking about my damn uh, YouTube channel and all this kind of shit. And at the end of the thing, I talked to her for about 20 minutes. And my email is on my Chosen One business card. And she emailed me later on, probably about 40, big fake tits. I mean, she looked like something I would imagine to be a stripper in Thailand or something. She asked me if I was married and had a girlfriend. I just told her, yeah, I had a girlfriend. I had lied. But yeah, no thanks. But she wanted to talk about this chosen one. How did I come up with that name? It's like, ah, shit, here we go again. I mean, half these people, I should have just named it the Jesus Christ channel or something like that, and I could have had a bigger argument. I mean, this chosen one causes me more damn bullshit conversations than any other name possible. Oh, thank you, Ronald. Glad you liked it. Holy shit, I'm not kidding you, man. Fuck. But you know, and I don't know what other guys would think, but I'll bet this lady is thinking to herself, why I would like, you know, not be interested. Man, I'll tell you, it wasn't even close. Sometimes it'd be just worth it to pick them up in the Astro van. No, you know, I've never smoked weed, believe it or not. Never have. Yeah. Marguerite will be around. She'll probably outlive all of us, you know? Yeah, chosen one. Yeah, it's WON. Hey, Misty, how you doing? Misty, huh? Well, that sounds like a stripper name. I'd like to do a picture of me picking up it because I'm telling you, it gets that kind of reaction. It does. You wouldn't believe the shit I catch about my Astro van constantly. No, I should do. You're right about that. I should. I should do a. I should do a GoPro video picking someone in my Astro van. I'm telling you, man, if I could have that camera just facing their face, they would be. You would see it in their face how weird they thought it was. You know, I got curtains in it. It's an old surveillance van. I've got the middle seat out, and you could just see on their face. Oh, yeah, good, Missy. I was close. You could see the look on their face that this is just weird. Yeah, they think it's just really weird. I'll bet once a month somebody somebody will. I'll be next to somebody in a stoplight, and they want to know what I do back there with those curtains on that van. Yeah, it garners a lot of attention. I'm almost at 350,000. I know it seems crazy because you know, if you look at it, you know, I always throw all my shit over in the damn right front passenger seat. And then when I take Daisy for a run in that park, I throw it all away. I don't give a fuck. I mean, it's an old van, you know. I do maintain the hell out of it, though, believe it or not. I mean, I'm anal about maintaining everything on it, which is why I've gotten that many miles out of it. Oh, do I, Terry? Yeah, Ted Bundy. That's all right. He was misunderstood. That's another thing too. I mean, Daisy likes getting up on the dash, and when she's super tired, she'll go in the back seat and lay down. I got all my books back there. You know, I got some vintage luggage I drag around. It's like a perfect life. You know, even at the Red Roof Inn, they always say to me, you know, my Sherman, call if it breaks down. I said, what are you talking about if it breaks down? Oh, you saw my suitcase? That's good, Angie. See, that's instant credibility. Yeah, that's right, Cricket. Train case, you can get them. You can find them. Go on eBay. You can get all that shit. I like that vintage suitcase, you know. It's got that thing in it, you know, where it smashes everything down so it doesn't flop around over there. Yeah, fake booze. I've heard bring that up a lot. Yeah, I don't think Maddie's doing that great. No, I live in a condo actually. I got a condominium. That's where I'm at right now. And that's the front lawn that the camera points out to. I would live in a van. I could do it. But the Astro van's not big enough. It's just not big enough. It's too short. Yeah, I don't like fake boobs. No way. That's a deal breaker for me. I mean, they're all over now. Yeah, they've gotten a lot better though. Yeah, that's how I came up with the name. Yep, I just got done watching a documentary. Yeah, I think driving is, I would drive it. I would be a truck driver, but I'm not interested in driving 500 miles a day where I can't go to like places I want to visit. Yeah, that wouldn't be for me. If I could get out and fuck around for a couple days, at different cities, I'd be all for it. But this driving yourself to the bone for like the kind of money they pay and not being able to, like driving out to Denver and you're not going to be able to go to Denver. Nah, that wouldn't interest me. Yeah, it sucks now, Ray. I think you're right. I think you're right on that. No, I know. A guy was telling me the other day he got a truck. He spent the night at the Red Roof Inn I stay at. They backed a forklift into his trailer, so he had to stay while they fixed it. He told me they paid more semi driving for freight in the 70s than they pay now. Oh, really? Cable trucking? No kidding, huh? Yeah, these truck drivers don't stick together very good. That's why they all end up working for a lot less. Waitresses are the same way. That's why the big three and all these places that walk out and strike get a livable wage because that's the hand they're holding over them for decent pay. No, they don't cable trucking. You're right. Oh, really, JC? No, Learjet's a super good airplane. They're affordable. They're also very cramped. Yeah, they spell it wrong, Julie. You're the only one that spells it correctly. Yeah, I mean, I've looked around, man. I mean, I haven't really found a van that would be like suitable that you could actually really live in? Yeah, Ray, some of these guys like pull around like steel haulers and some of that hazardous waste stuff, gasoline. I think they make decent money. Most I ever could fly was like an Aerostar, but not much. Mostly single engine. I mean, I think it gets old probably sleeping in a van. I think you get sick of it really quick. Yeah, that high top. Yeah, there's too many places you can't park them. Yeah, thanks, wandering online. Yeah, not really downriver. I do go to this place that's called the Romulus House on Wayne Road near the airport. A Greek guy owns it. You can get like lamb and gyros and stuff like that. It's not bad. Nothing great. Downriver, not really. Just that taqueria taco place on Allen Road in Allen Park. It's the best Mexican food you'll ever eat. Oh, is it really, Ray? Huh? Wow. Oh, okay, Jessica. Huh. Oh, I believe it. Oh, pop up. Yeah, I don't. I found that pulling trailers is stressful. Yeah, I don't care about flying anymore. I did so much of it for so long. I think I got about 2,300 hours, between 23 and 24 hours. I got sick of flying after a while. Plus, it's so damn expensive now. I mean, if I started flying again, I know I could do it no problem, but I need to, airspace has changed and you can't like buzz friends' houses. And I used to go out over the Detroit River and fly around freighters. All that shit's out the window now. So I don't think flying would be very interesting to me. I don't, little airplanes like taking long flights. I like taking like 250 to 300-mile flights. I wasn't really interested in, I don't like taking them on long trips. So it's stupid, really. They're slow. It's expensive. I'd rather get on an airliner. I do remember that, John. Yep, I do. Oh, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Yeah, probably Georgia. So you drive a truck, huh, Georgia? You do drive a truck? Fastest one I had did about 170 miles an hour. Cherokee 6, 160, 70 miles an hour. I had an Aerostar for about 2 months, and that was faster. That was a 200-mile-an-hour airplane, but I didn't own it long. No, helicopters are a whole new ballgame. I did ride around doing the radio reports with a AAA Jetcopter for a couple of years, a Hughes 500C model. I would have loved to have got a helicopter rating, but it's kind of fantasy land. I mean, you need so many hours before anybody will rent one to you. Insurance is crazy. It's just, that's a true rich man's game. Flying's bad enough. A helicopter is way worse. Yeah, be careful on those ultralights, cable trucking. Anytime you get outside of a certified airplane, the accident statistics go through the roof. For a while, the 206B, the Bell Jet Ranger, was the safest aircraft in the sky. So it depends about which one you're talking about. Robinson 44s had problems for a long time, but it looks like they got that straightened out. No, a Rolls-Royce engine, that'd be cool. It's in those old P-51s. Good night, BJ. I don't even know how you do wave to that. How do you do that? Yeah, I'm serious, cable trucking. Just look at the stats, man. I went down to Sun and Fun one time, twice actually, 2 years in a row, and flew a bunch of ultralights on floats and also non-floats. And after 2 days of flying those, I thought, screw this shit, man. I don't want an ultralight. It was noisy, windy. It took you forever to get anywhere. It wasn't at all like flying an airplane. Not at all. It was real sloppy, sluggish controls. It's like riding a motorcycle without a some kind of windscreen. It just beats the hell out of you. That's why people, you'll see them all the time. They'll have like 20 hours on, 30 hours on. People are selling them. That's because it just gets boring. When you're all the way up there doing, 65 miles an hour and you've flown over everybody's house that you know and you wave, it's easy to get sick of quick. Yeah, Quicksilver. Yep, ones like that. Yep. And when you get into the good ones, the two place, I mean, they're a little bit better, but you find people with airplanes that had them for 50 years that loved every minute they flew them. But on the ultralights, nobody ever flies one for 35 years. Not any, I've asked about that. I think some of these guys are doing gay dates, but they never admit to it. The truth of it is, if you know much about the gay lifestyle, I mean, it's no problem having sex. So there isn't the market for the gay stuff that there is for the straights. Supposedly there's transgenders up around 6 Mile and Woodward, but every time I plan on going up around there, it's late or I'm tired and I skip it. If I knew there was a place where you could go and I could get some interviews, I'd definitely do it. Yeah, good night, Cindy. Oh, no kidding, John, huh? Where was your hub at? Where were you out of? Buddy of mine just retired as like the third seniority pilot from, it's Delta now. Yeah, Michigan Avenue, I get them from Warren to Livernois. Yeah, I think yeah, 8 miles bullshit. I never met her. Nope, I did not. She was going to email me, and I never heard from her, but that's okay. It was over a drug deal, lack of payment. Sometimes when you do drug deals and you buy crack, they're quick transactions. They don't want to get caught. So it's not uncommon for someone to come up with a wad of money and the drug dealer gets it, he hands your crack, and off you go. Well, instead of being $30, there was $13. One of those kind of deals. Grash, it's nothing. Zero, zip. Yeah, I'm not a big Eminem fan. It's just something about white guys doing rap. It's not the same. Oh, that's cool, John. I don't know, Erica. I don't know that. Hey, Mom, Bears Farm. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his. I'd much rather go see someone else. Oh, no kidding, huh? Wow. I mean, he's done well. You got to give him credit for that. I mean, I think that would take just huge balls to be a white guy and talking this rap shit and actually making a living doing it. I'm just surprised he got over the hump. Yeah, it's probably true, Mark. Yep, it's true. Airplanes have changed so much now, and they're so damn expensive. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, Maddie and Gerald, I think it's a legit relationship. Yeah, I think you're right, 2076. You're right about that. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. It's Wyoming, which runs north and south to Livernois, which is east, Wyoming and Livernois. It's called the Michigan Stroll. Yeah, it had a prop. Yeah. I think they have a legitimate relationship, like it or not. I think they do. Yeah, I like Stevie Nicks when she was young. Hey, believe it, Erica, it happens, man. They can turn it on and turn it off. It's weird. As long as the guy is a heroin addict. $160 an hour. No shit. Huh. Oh, probably not. Probably not. Yeah, I think Gerald's he looking to work. There's guys that are doing those apartments on that road that is just south of the Chase Bank. Well, it's not south. It would be yeah, it runs north south, so it would be west of the Chase Bank. And they were talking to him the other day about a job. Yeah, they have condoms. Yeah, they do. I guess Roger Waters and David Gilmour are thinking about doing a reunion tour. Sometimes they do, from what I know. No, race doesn't mean anything. Class is separated by income now, not race. Yeah, free condoms. They probably do. They do get them. Yeah. Oh, is it that much for dual instruction? No kidding. Wow. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. I wouldn't call it work. It's kind of just a hobby, screwing around. Just those right next to the Chase Bank where I've interviewed people that steal great. Somebody bought the building, I guess, and they're in there doing stuff. Yeah, Van Morrison's great. He's a weird guy though. Nobody can stand him that knows him personally. Yeah, no, I saw a thing on internet the other day. It could have been bullshit. Oh, good for you, Mama Bears. Yeah, it was a good day for that. Yeah, free needles they get. Yeah. You know, it's weird though. When it comes to dope money, man, they don't want to give up any of that. Whether a condom's a quarter, they think it's too much. Oh, Hammond's Air Service. Okay. Oh, no kidding. That's interesting. Yeah, David Letterman seems like he's gotten kind of strange after he's retired. You sleepy, Stanley? Oh, okay. I talked to Robert Plant for about a half hour eating lunch one time when I was living in Chicago at Big Bull. I also talked to Kevin Bacon, and Pink, the singer. Yeah, pretty much does all go to drugs. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, Steve O is weird. Yeah, he's supposedly straight now. Once in a while, but not very often, Brian. Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's that physiological addiction, you know? Oh, no kidding, Lynn. That's cool. Well, Steve Totter's hanging in there. Yeah, I did for about 2 minutes. Robert Plant I spoke to for almost a half an hour. Kevin Bacon for about 20 minutes. Yeah, he's a good guy, nice guy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Ted Nugent. I own some property up in Hell, Michigan. Irons, Michigan, really was the mailing address. He had property right next to mine. I ran into him out there one time with his bodyguards. I don't really care for Ted Nugent. I think he's a total fraud. At a restaurant called Big Bull. It's been torn down now. They put a new development up. They're still in a location on Ohio and Chicago. Cool. It was pretty good. Nice guy. Right when I was leaving, that Allison, whatever her name, showed up. They had been touring in Chicago. Oh, is she really pink? Yeah, hunting. Yep. Oh, no kidding. How was that? Huh. That's interesting. No, I think there's something off with him. I think he sucks too, but he stayed relevant barely. There you go, Cricket. Yeah, yep. It's not K, it's LeBron James. Stranglehold, I think, is a decent song. He's only got a couple. Monica got hit by a car. No, he didn't. He didn't really. He lived in Illinois, I think, mostly. Yeah, I do interviews in another city. Sure would. Good night, Christina. Yeah, trisexual. That's a good question. Oh, he probably does. All those guys have a following the chicks. Good for you, Lynn. Boy, you are a celebrity yourself. May, she got killed. Hit by a car and killed. Yep, Monica's dead. Yep. Where's your town, Erica? I think there's hookers in every city, or at least escorts. Yeah. Well, in a town that size, they're usually traveling. They're passing through, making a circuit. Good night, Mark. Yeah, want a new drug, Huey Lewis. Man, he's really looking old. Oh, ZZ Top, man, they're still around. Usually by the both internet and phone. Yeah, I met quite a few famous people, I think. I did not see the show The Mask, no. Yeah, I mean, escorts run the gamut, you know. That Backpage and Craigslist, that really put a dent in the industry. I'll be on for about another half hour, probably. Oh, Alice Cooper, I think he sucks too. The guy has like zero talent. I can't believe he's still around. He actually does a pretty decent job at interviewing people, but as a musician, he sucks. Oh, no kidding. Where's that at, Charm City? Huh. Yeah, you'll hit rock bottom, Lynn. Yeah, I just did it slowly, one at a time. Oh, West Baltimore? Okay. Oh, no kidding, huh? Huh. Color Me Bad, no kidding. I'd say Joni Mitchell. Eye contact, that's how you can tell. Eye contact. They're looking straight ahead. They're not a prostitute. I'll tell you, it's funny when I'm down driving around Michigan Avenue and 4th Street. You know, usually you ask women that aren't in the game of prostitution, you ask them what kind of car somebody drives. They don't know what the hell to tell you. They'll tell you it's big, small. They think it's brown. They're not sure. The girls that work the street, I'll tell you, man, they got their radar on. They'll pick your car out of 10,000 cars driving down the road during rush hour. They're absolute experts. Yeah, I love Joni Mitchell. Nope, never heard from Ebony again. I did run into her two other times, and she was just stoned out of her mind. Yeah, it is. A damn newspaper stole that photograph, Dennis, but I didn't mind. Huh. Oh yeah, they're experts. So I mean, they pick out cars like you can't believe. Oh, that's kind of cool. I never liked Grateful Dead. No, I don't remember that, Marie. No, I don't. No. Yeah, you might be right about that. Mine's kind of like spread out, really. I wouldn't say I have one favorite genre, to tell you the truth. I mean, probably rock, but yeah, I'd go to see Pink Floyd if I could. Better believe it. Man, if Channel 7 ever contacts me, man, I'm going to blow them off. I thought Jimi Hendrix was a great guy. Keith Richards is a good guy. She lives straight down that street to the south. Yeah, local news is dead. I think he meant interviewing me or something. I hope some news channels do contact me, man, because I would be happy in being able to reject them. They've driven by and turned a blind eye to this situation for their entire career. They're not about to use me to improve their ratings. Fuck them. No way. I got some gay fucker that comes on here that's sending me like these risque photos and shit, telling me he wishes that I wasn't heterosexual. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Oh no, I've looked that up before. They play those Chicago songs. No, I know they're excellent. They sound better than the original Chicago. No, no, I can't quite figure out the drug importation. They could stop it if they wanted to. I don't think so. I don't think they'll stop. Hang on, I'm gonna put in a bag of popcorn. Daisy, you keeping an eye on Dad? Good girl. Yeah, hungry, man. I don't have anything else to eat. Popcorn. That's all I have. I've been lazy I'm sick of eating at all the restaurants around here. Yeah, I cook. Yep, I do. Yep. I cook pasta, fish, chicken, pork. Oh, really, Rachel? Wow. Yeah, good for you, Rachel. Yeah. Hey, it's your life. Your 20s, you knew what you wanted. Daisy ate some of her dog food tonight, which is rare. What's that, JC? No, not really. Anybody that want anything to do with me is in for a huge disappointment. Never, not once, not yet. Cable trucking, never. Swear to God. Yeah, I haven't lately too much. No, my PI work, I went where the money was, insurance work. That's where the money's at. Mostly boring. Nah, gangs don't give a fuck. No, they don't care at all. Daisy's sleeping. Yeah, pretty much. That's where the money was at. Yeah, insurance, corporate work. I didn't really like doing work for individuals. I maybe did 20 cases in 38 years. Hey, Ribbons. How you doing, Ribbons? Hey, Kitty Kitty. Yeah, I don't like Alfredo that much. I'll tell you another strange thing as long as we're talking about this shit. And that is that I had a guy tell me one time that women that you were friends with, that it's platonic. I had an old pilot tell me this when I was in my 20s. He said, you're going to find out that the women that you hang around with as friends, if the circumstances were right, you'd screw them. In other words, there's something about them you're attracted to. And that ended up being true. I had lots of platonic relationships with women, but if the cards would have lined up just right, I would have put it to them. So the moral of the story is that it's, at least in my case and other guys I've talked to, you're not really chummy with a lot of women that you don't find attractive, even if it's non-sexual. No shit. No, not with Catherine. Oh, Rachel, that a girl. That's my girl. Makes you lose your inhibitions. Yeah, JC, you're right. Yep. Yeah, isn't that weird, Arlene? I mean, it's kind of true though, and there's lots of deep in the back of your mind, if things would have worked out right, maybe you got drunk or some guy stiffed him and they wanted you to go to a concert with him or something like that. It was a possibility. And I think that there's a big difference between a possibility and not. If you're 100% not attracted to someone, there's not enough alcohol in the world to make you do that. No way. That's whistleblower, that 501c3 bullshit. I mean, there's nothing more annoying than someone liking you and you don't like them. It's like a 25-pound fly flying around your head during a summer picnic while you're trying to eat your hot dog. You get really short with them. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, skinny girl popcorn's right. Don't tell anybody. Oh, no kidding, Rachel. Wow. Oh, no kidding. Wow. Yeah, Arlene, you're getting this male perspective right from the heart. You probably had a lot of this figured out already, though, didn't you? That's exactly right, Erica. And that's why, fag hags fill such an important void with women that can't get laid the traditional way. They can go out and hang around with some gay guys and shop and laugh. And I mean, if the straight guy isn't going to give this girl a good drill, and you can guarantee a gay guy isn't. Yeah, it's true, Angie. Yeah, Joe, that's true. Yeah, this is a better group than normal. That's why I never really like doing the daytime chats or the evening chats, just a bunch of fucking brain dead mongoloids. I didn't divorce because I've got a really nice place down there, and she can't afford my half, and I get my insurance through her work. Right on, Jake. I don't give a fuck. Superwoman, you ever had any temptations with any of your male friends? I was in the stock market like 30 years ago, and that was enough for me. Oh, thank you, Danny. Wow. Had a girl, Superwoman. Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, temptation. I think it's yeah, lots of kidding around. That means under the right circumstances. Good for you, Angie. I think Detroit. 19 years, huh? Wow. Yeah, I've done that, John. Be grateful, John. I guarantee you she doesn't look like she did in high school. You may not be able to handle it. 20 years. Good for you. I mean, I don't think marriage should be an endurance test. If it's not fun, get divorced. Even though I'm not divorced after 21 years. Don't do what I do what I say. Yeah. Way to go, Superwoman. Good for you, Angie. Yeah, Xander, I do. Well, that's good, JC. All right, Amber, way to go. Yeah, they say it's I mean, you know that if you know like a guy my age, I would just be so skeptical of like an older woman that was like single for like 30 years. It would seem like she'd have to have something. I agree, Mark. There's a lot of luck to that. Good for you, Danny. Wow. I'm married, but really live a single life. BJ, are you really jealous? Boyfriend in Kenya. Holy God. Yeah, Tassie is normal. I keep in touch with Tassie. Not a lot, but a little. And yes, she is. Yeah, you're right, JC. It's true. Good for you, man. Not a girl. Yeah, it's possible, Julia. Can I what, Maggie? Thank you, Jameson. I do, Erica. Yeah, I do. They're getting closer together now, though. Yeah, I'd do them in San Francisco. Sure, I would. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Dennis. That's how it is. Genetics. That's why. Yeah. Hey, so that's great. So, what was the question you asked? Single, divorced, married? Is that what the question was? Oh, okay. I'm curious. Well, I'm curious too. Like, who's single? Who's married? Who's divorced? How about this? How many women are out there tonight that just want a big old dick for tonight? How many out there? Married, single, or divorced? Either one. Holy shit, man. Yeah. Man, you guys are spending too much time narrowing this bullshit down. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Oh, God. There's an honest answer. Yeah, sure. You get the first prize for being the most honest. Yeah. Uh, there you go, Mike. Congratulations. Putting a load in. Yeah, you wouldn't like me then. Yeah, we get down to the bottom line on here. Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it, Joe? It is so strange. And you look at all the male athletes that got in trouble doing that stupid shit. I mean, women just think so differently than men, you know? Not much, Eric, not really. Ann Arbor, all right, out there, huh? That's where Sherry lives. Yeah, okay, Rachel. Rachel, now how old did you say are? How old are you now? 49. Oh, totally different, Arlene. That's why, guys, when you get a real ignorant guy that just doesn't know anything, I fully understand how women can get turned off on men. There's an old adage with men that it's not what you look like, it's what you whisper in their ears. And there's an element of truth to that. Yeah, 2076. That's true. That's just that guy had to have a super low IQ. Arlene, are you married or single? Oh, thank you. No, you don't need to pay for it. Thanks. I'll put it in the chicken feed fund for Marguerite. Oh, wow. You're engaged? Oh, okay. All right. Do you have a date? Is there a date set? Hey, Indiana Blue, how you doing? Oh, you're a lesbian. All right. Well, what's that got to do with whether you have a date set or not? I asked you if you had a date set, and you said I'm a lesbian. Hey, Tabitha, how you doing? 45. Wow, that must be an old picture. 45? Oh, okay, that's not bad. You don't look 45. Arlene, do you have a date set for a marriage? Or are you just locking it up? Yeah, they caught that guy. They caught that guy. He's in jail. Hold on, look, I can't really tell. It's kind of dark. You look pretty young to me. That's the problem with these fucking avatars, man. You can't see shit. You can't blow them up good. You don't really know what anybody looks like on these goddamn things. Yeah, come on. Welcome, Zach. We need some sound reasoning. Yeah, I think if you click on it, though, it doesn't get like that big. It doesn't get big enough. It doesn't do shit on the chat if I click on it. Just stays the same. Hey, Heidi. Okay, I got a fucking Facebook. I hate the damn thing. What's Julia's channel do? Yeah, I never look at that shit like I should. Well, there are. You can never tell, you know. It's probably one that you think's attractive is probably some truck driver beating off. I told you I got some gay fuckers sending me like these risque shots that comes on these chats. And I bet you money I thought the avatar is a girl. Swear to God. I don't know. We're covering all bases. Oh, I got you. Oh, no kids. Good. You've never had kids, Rachel? Because that's very important. Yeah, love Dove. I know a guy in college that did that shit. It's the only way he could get off. He did that shit. I caught a guy doing that to my girlfriend in college, chased him for about a half mile. No, Eric, I would do it. I just can't find him. It was a suicide thing, Dickie. No, that's crazy, man. They arrest people for that. I was reading on the internet last night. You know, a lot of cities, it's against the law to sleep in your car. No, no. Any of the women out there that have had kids, that tears up a body big time. Once in a while, you'll get a woman that can have kids and not show the consequences, but they're far. No, that's a certain type fetish with people. It depends what age you are too in genetics. There's a lot of factors. Now these avatars aren't worth shit. You can't see shit. Yeah, I don't really have anything to tell. I tell people everything. No, I don't want kids. Now, Love Dove, how old are you? I'm going to finally get the answers to these questions tonight. My favorite childhood memory is I shoplifted two Snickers bars and didn't get caught. Really, Charm City? Yeah, that's a certain type pervert. It's just the only way they can get off. Like I said, I know a guy in college that did that shit. 28. Oh, all right. She looks pretty good in this avatar. I don't believe these avatars, though, man. I really don't. I'd need to see this stuff in the flesh, or I wouldn't believe any of it. That's true. That's a problem with men. You're right about that. That's the first thing they tell you when you go to a fertility clinic, is they tell the guys to quit jacking off. It could have been Angie. Yeah, no, you're right. You're talking to one. No, I never liked Facebook. You know, that's the old adage. They say you jack off more when you're married than when you were single. And there's an element of truth to that. Sorry to say. I think you're right, West Coast Vampire. That's why I went both feet in and just embraced porn. I knew what I liked and I just went with it and didn't try and split hairs. Yeah, I hate Facebook. It's true. That's what I said, love. They say that you jack off more than when you're married than when you're single. I believe that's true. I love Dub. Do you have a boyfriend? Are you married or anything? You're exactly right. Porn, I think it's not reality. It's not real. It fucks up a regular relationship. I would agree with Zach. You know, you go cricket, Dr. Ruth. That's probably why, Joe. He didn't need to be in the shower to do it, though. You can do it. If you're a guy, you can do it anywhere. It is West Coast Vampire. Totally true. Did you really, Angie? And you're still married? Are you kidding? Nah, it never works that way, Eric. Never works that way. That's why guys have affairs because the crazy sex they want is unlikely with the women they want to bear their offspring. It is addictive. It's a legit DSM-5 addiction. But here's the thing, Indiana Blue. It can be addictive and not harmful. You could be addicted to porn if it doesn't affect like a relationship. It can be not harmful. I talked to a psychiatrist about that. I told him I was addicted to porn. He agreed it was addiction, blah blah blah. And then he said, "Is it causing you any problems?" It's like, no. He said, "Well, what are you worried about?" I said, "Here's my man." But if you're married and you don't want to put the old wood to your wife because you're watching too much porn, well, now it's a different story. My wife said it's either it's porn or me, and I took porn. I do not like watching porn with women. No way. That's something you do in the eighth grade. You fucking ain't right, I did. You goddamn. You know what I'm finding though? These last couple of years, I get pissed off that I want to watch porn because I got to scroll through so many fucking videos to find out something I like. Be 3 o'clock in the morning and I haven't even beat off yet. Wow. Yeah, you're right, West Coast Vampire. That's exactly right. You spelled it out. I don't think I. I don't think I can. I do, man. Now they got like the playlist. Even there, man. I'll go through like you know 350 videos on a playlist and can't find one I think that's that great. Oh, Alexis, come on, don't be a prude. Not that great. Not that great. Yeah, more and more extreme. It's true. You're exactly right. Hey, Arlene, are you in that lesbo relationship yet? Are you the femme or the butch? There you go, Alexis. Oh, Zach, isn't that the truth, Zach? That's no shit, man. That shit is gold. That's why when they're doing the same thing Google's doing. Oh, Arlene, of course she doesn't, man. She's a lesbian. That's some stupid shit that guys think of, that lesbians want big dildos and strap-ons. It's so fucking ignorant. Yeah, I'm 63. It is interesting, yeah. See you later, James, you retard. Oh, shut up, Julia. Nobody cares what you think. Yeah, I'll be 64 in January. Do you believe that, Love Dove? Love Dove, you're not a lesbian, are you? Let Arlene answer that. True blue, legit, 100% lesbian. Arlene, is that true? No kidding, Arlene. Arlene, do you believe what Love Dove said? This is an important question, Arlene. You need to get this one from what Love Dove said. I want to know the truth. Oh, Nick, be quiet. Indiana Blue, you agree with Love Dove, huh? Arlene, I want you to look at these. Is this true or not? Arlene is the expert here. She is legit lesbo. Don't miss it. There you go. See, you girls are wrong. This is why I like these discussions. We're really hammering it out. Love Dove said that if you're a woman and you have a vagina, you want something in it, even if you're a lesbian. And Arlene said that's a bunch of bullshit. See, West Coast Vampire. Thank you. No, I don't get angry. No, I don't think I do. Why would I get angry? I like it. I get happy. Okay, Love Dove. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Well, the channel just got a lot better tonight. Data girl, Angie girl. We need the truth here. No bullshit. We don't want any Dr. Ruth horseshit. Yeah, great. Glad you like it, Joe. We're not fucking around here anymore. We used to ban dirty words. Oh boy, is this channel grown? I know a wife that gave her husband the same choice. It was alcohol or her, and he took alcohol. Yeah, thank you, Andre. I won't, JC. Don't worry about it. Hey, no shit, Perla. No kidding, huh? That's interesting. Yeah, hang on to your seats. Watch and learn. I don't think I do. I don't hate women at all. Land chick. I never check any of these girls out. See, I'm legit, man. You haven't found one hole in my story. Tell Charm City Doug how to change that. Your avatar? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, thanks, Sharon. Thank you. I don't give a shit how old I look, to tell you the truth. I really don't care if I look 40 or I look 85. Ain't a thing to me. I swear to God. Hey, Arlene, can you hear me? Good night, Steve. Good talking to you. Arlene, so are you the like butch or the femme or neither? How's it work in your relationship? Yeah, I've grown. I've been set free. You're the femme. Yeah, I kind of thought that. Now, does the girlfriend look like a super butch? Or I mean, if I saw a picture of your girlfriend, would I think automatically that she's definitely a lesbian? Yeah, I go to Vegas and do the strip. I've been out there a lot. I got friends that live out there. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Oh, great, AWB. I'm glad you like that. Arlene, does your Rachel Maddow? Yeah, I have. Yep. I think she's cute. I have. Yep. I think Rachel Maddow's cool. She's a little flat chested, but she's very pretty. No kidding, Angie. Wow. Angie, I don't think you look like a bull dyke. Nah, Twick Hacker, I don't think so. She's her twin. Oh, no kidding, huh? Wow. Well, I think Rachel Maddow, I wouldn't look at her. I would, after listening to her speak for 15 or 20 minutes, I figured out that if I saw her at like a convention or some kind of formal appearance, I wouldn't think lesbian. I'd have my radar on 10%, but I wouldn't get the full signal with her. No kidding, 2076. Wow. Katie Lang, no thanks. I don't like those real butchy looking women. Look like they ought to have a big fucking cock. No thanks. Yeah, I don't. Cricket. It's true. They're just not into it, man. 39 still get carded. No kidding, Love Dove. Wow. Were you flattered or offended? I don't know. Guys do like lesbians. It's true. I like them. I'll tell you that. They like the thought of it. Yeah, it's true. 2076. Yeah, you talk to an older lesbian, they get tired of hearing that shit. You better not bring that up. You're just making new friends with them. Well, women do like gay men. That's bullshit. Well, how do you think fag hags came around? but it's usually ugly girls, ugly women. They can't get guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, good luck finding two. You may find one, but finding two is damn near impossible unless it's on Pornhub. And that's all fake ass bullshit. Have you really, West Coast Vampire? Isn't that interesting? I got my sister's house cleaner drunk one night, and she told me her fantasy was to have a woman eat her out. So I lined it up with a really cute girl, and then she chickened out. I fucked up. They wanted to go to a concert, and I tried to set it up just getting together, and it just wasn't the right environment. God damn it. I'd be beaten off today if it had happened. I was so excited I ran. Could never date a chick. I know I fucked up. I really did. And I knew I was fucking up as I was doing it, but I wanted to do it so bad. I rushed it and it wasn't good timing and it ended up biting me in the ass. Gay porn? Nah, fuck that. You know, you read a lot of these sexual surveys and shit, and they say that most adult males past the age of 50 had one homosexual experience. I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I don't believe it. I'm never interested. I don't think I'm a better man because I don't like dick. I just don't. I don't like green peas. I put it in the same category. Yeah, I don't believe it. 10%. 10% gay. Do you really, Danny? That is so wild. Yep, 10%. That's what I say. Oh, you lucky dog, cable trucking. For $1 million, yeah, I probably would. Hey, Debbie, that's a possibility. I know two married couples that got divorced because the guy went south, decided he liked men. Yeah, gay porn wouldn't interest me. Call me old fashioned. Oh, no kidding, Perla. Huh. You see, you do it for $1 million, John? Yeah, those Jenners are ugly. That Caitlyn Jenner, just too weird. Your fiance is a woman too, Debbie? That's two. You got Arlene's in the same boat. Yeah, it wouldn't do a thing for me. No way. Well, at least he was serious about it. Oh, bullshit, John. You'd suck 100 dicks for $1 million.
You've got mail.
You'd do it, you know you would. Yeah. I mean, if any woman ever asked for a dick pic, I would think she was something really, really wrong with her. No, that shit's all over, especially in Europe. Yeah, I still have AOL. I do. I've kept it. I've kept this screen name, even though I don't. It's not my main browser. You're dating yourself, Arlene. Hey, here's the thing. One time I was watching Johnny Carson as a kid, and he had a lady on there. The to get to the bottom line, they're talking about price and what would she have sex with a stranger be? And she kind of got pissed at Johnny Carson. And she said, what do you think I am? He said, I know what you are. I'm just wondering how much you charge. And there's an element of truth to that. I mean, everybody has a price for what you do. And what is that price if the cash was laid on a table? You know, you use Dogpile. Yeah, the search engine's not good enough. Most gay porn is done by straight males because of the money. No, love dove. That's the way it works. Let's put it this way, and I could be wrong. I don't, of all the women I've talked to about sex and had sex with and all that kind of shit, I don't know of any of them that had ever would have wanted a dick pic. They'd have been better off asking them how their day went or quoting Shakespeare. Women just in general aren't into that shit. Yeah, that's right. Straight guys and gay porn, that's no shit. Webcam modeling, yeah, I know two married couples that did that. JC, it's alive and well. Yeah, see, Marie, that's what I would believe would be the normal reaction. And you think dicks are ugly? I'll tell you this, man. You know, there's some full nude bars around where you can bars. That's the last thing I want to see sober and not in the mood. No way. Fuck that bottomless shit. Yeah, guys are fucking ignorant if they do some stupid shit like that. Shit. Oh shit. So great. No, you gotta have a fucking screw loose to go to a nudist colony. Unless you really like the air blowing across your balls, there's something wrong with you. I don't like checkers. Yeah, thank you, Debbie. Probably not cable. No, that you're right about that foot bullshit. It's true. See, if I'd have started talking all this shit from day one, I wouldn't have any subscribers. It's the old adage, be careful what you ask for. Yeah, Danny, me too. Oh shit, man. Man, we're finding out what the hell is really going on out there now. This is great. There you go, West Coast Vampire. There you go. This is great, man. All right, 2076. Good night. Good talking to you. Thank you. It's fun. Why not? I'll change the name of this goddamn channel. Angie, you better go to Betty Bye. I do, man. I will. There you go. You know, I think Ron Jeremy's got a master's degree in English. This is crazy. No, Maddie's not moving. 5:49. You getting ready for work yet? I'd say about the same, West Coast Vampire. Nah, abandoned house, Maddie sleeps in. He's a nice guy, and the women felt comfortable working with him. He wasn't a jerk. All right, Arlene. Good night. Thank you. Thanks for sending those gifts again. I appreciate it. Oh shit, man. Good night, Arlene. All right, Lab Chip. Good night. It's a good time tonight. Thank you. I'm deleting comments, so take over, Superwoman. Yeah, I was deleting comments. Sorry about that. Hey, Alan, how you doing? Pretty good. No, it's in front of my condo. It's a condo light out there. Thank you, Angie. No, no. I'm deleting comments. That's what I'm doing. No, it's a tool rental place. They rent tools, different kinds of tools. I love to. I got too much shit to do, man. Too many nasty people to delete and block. No, you're right, Marie. That's true. Ugh. Love Dove, what type of work do you do? What kind of job do you have? Oh, okay. Tired. Ugh. Ugh. Yes, they do. D.H. Parker, they do. Yep. Yeah, I'm tired. It's very low. Success rate of rehab is low. All right, Jay, say good night. Okay, D.H. Parker, yeah. All right, Angela, good night. Yeah, I'd like to, Danny. You never know. It doesn't work like, on a scheduled chat like you think it would. It's kind of impromptu are the ones that seem to really flourish. Oh, good night. You want to go and do a pee-pee first? Want to go and do a pee-pee? Let's go and go pee-pee. Come on, go pee-pee. Come on, go pee-pee. Let's go with you. Come on. Come on. I'll go with you. Let's go do pee-pee. Come on, let's do pee-pee. Come on. Come on. Come on, let's do pee-pee. We do pee-pee? Come on out here, go pee-pee. Come on, with Daddy, go pee-pee. Come on. Come on, here, go pee-pee. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. That is a good girl. That is a really good girl. is a really good girl. Good girl, honey. Wow. Good girl. Wow.
You've got mail.
Well, I hope you guys don't mind if I sign off. I hate to interrupt the chat, but if I leave it on all night, I'll get some weirdos on here that'll say a bunch of stupid shit. Do you think we could pick this up tomorrow night? No, it will have crazy in the sense that if I'm not around and Superwoman goes to bed and there's nobody keeping an eye on it, I'm telling you, it happens. You know, it sucks. I wish it didn't work that way. We can do it again tomorrow night if you want. No, it's been great tonight. It's a super chat. I appreciate everybody. It's a really good time. Thanks, Angie. It was a really good time tonight. So a great chat, man. Exceptional. I wish we had more like this. I'm telling you, you can't plan these. Either they happen or they don't. And they kind of, you know, take on a life of their own spontaneously. And when you try and plan one, it's not the same. So I'm thankful for it. Yeah, thanks a lot, Jake. Appreciate it. So good night, Angie. And we'll carry on tomorrow night. I just don't want to cut anybody off, you know, in the midst of a conversation or something. Yeah, thank you, D.H. Parker. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Baltimore Doug. Yeah, it will change. You got to refresh it. And I don't think when you, even if you clear the cache on a new site, it gets stuck with the old one until you sign out again. So I think when you sign on again tomorrow, you'll see a new photo. Yeah, go ahead, Baltimore Doug. Let me have it. Well, I'll give it to you right now. Here you go. Yeah, thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. Oh, Tassie. Yep, Tassie. That's who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I haven't had. I do that too sometimes, Angie. Yeah, that's Tassie, Baltimore Doug. Yeah. If you look in the playlist, I made public again Tassie's earlier videos from a few years ago. Yeah, Tassie's a character. She's been trekking on the streets since she was 15. Yeah, Tassie. That's it, Love Doug. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, D.H. Parker. Fuck them. Good night, Jake. No, she comes back, Doug. If you pay attention to the last video, when that phone rings, she snaps the fuck out of that. I keep in touch with Tassie when she's on the wagon, and it's like night and day. No, she's using. It's crack. That's a perfect example of what crack does to some people. She'll come down there and stay up 2 to 3 days. If you really listen, you'll get where you can understand Tassie. It seems like your brain's telling you, I don't understand this, But if you take your time and you really concentrate, it's not really that hard to understand. What's that, Angie? She is clean 95% of the time, but you know, she's addicted, crazy as it sounds, to the lifestyle. Her boyfriend's locked up right now for another month, and that's when that happens. I think she's home alone and, you know, in a fucked up way. She misses that life. Yeah, she's a character. Yeah, real fast talker. Okay, DH Parker. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's funny. What's been interesting is to witness how the same drug affects different people. Now, you know, when I know somebody like that and I've been around them for a while, it's like you know, very close to just giving them the money and not even turning on the camera. But I don't want them to get in that habit. Yeah, no, the cops don't really do too much about it in Detroit either. Oh, thanks, Caroline. When's that, Caroline? What's that, Caroline? Yeah, you ever come down there and talk that shit to my face, and we'll see what you do. You'll sit there and beg for forgiveness. Yeah, Gerald's really not that bad of a guy. Yeah, Caroline ain't gonna do shit. Yeah, you really can't blame him, as crazy as that sounds, you know? I'm gonna be sleeping in a few minutes. How you doing, Sherry? Boy, you're up late tonight. Hello, no excuses. Yeah, good night, love dove. Hello, Sherry. Good night, Lynn. Yeah, me too, Jessica Lynn. I'm gonna go to bed too. Yeah, thanks, Boba Tex. Oh, did you watch that, Sherry? Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate it. Yeah, I know, Sherry. Crazy. Tom, I was just down there anyway doing photography and stuff like that. And I'd run into them when I was getting a coffee and buying newspapers. I just started chatting with them one day. Oh, thanks, Bobatex. Yeah, no, they're crazy. Oh, thanks, no excuses. Yeah, thank you. Yep, Rich Camera, sure do. Yeah, they were all over the place. They were big in Chicago when I first moved there. Yep. All right, well, good night, you guys. We'll be on tomorrow night. We'll carry on. Sherry, good night. You better get to bed. Night, Ray. Night, Baltimore Doug. Oh, did you really? That's interesting. I'm sure they did big numbers for a while. Good night, Angie girl. Good night, DH Parker. Good night, Janice. Party on to you.